Alright, guys, we're here. It's the Give 'em 6 podcast. It's Elijah.
It's Carson.
Yep, we are underway here. Alright, there we go. Carson, are you eating something?
Do what?
Are you eating something?
Yeah.
Yeah, quit eating. Why? What can I say?
ASMR video.
No, because no one can see you right now, so. Alright.
Alright.
Alright, here we go. Check. Alright, guys, we're underway here. It's Elijah.
It's Carson.
Woo, you are loud. Alright, check. Let's see. There we go. Gotta get them levels right. Alright. Carson, how have you been doing?
Been doing good.
Nice. Did you do any track this week, Cars? How'd that go?
Yeah, every day. Doing track every day. It's just kind of a recurring thing. But I love it.
It's just kind of a recurring thing. Yeah, I quit every weekend and start again. Start again about every other day. What if someone did that? That'd be hilarious. Alright, let's go ahead and start. Hello and welcome to the Give 'em 6 podcast, the podcast where we talk about Tennessee and the SEC East and American sports. It is Elijah Crouch.
And it's Carson.
And we are back. This is episode 36. So, Cars, how are you doing today? You doing alright?
Yeah, just me and Elijah are doing this podcast literally right after the LSU Florida game.
Yep.
It was a good game, disappointing game because it really would have got us. It would have got us the regular season champs if we were to beat Auburn Saturday. Yep. But that just is not how it goes, and I expect LSU to beat Vanderbilt at LSU coming up. I don't know. I think they play next Tuesday.
Right.
Maybe Saturday. I'm not for sure. But really bad stuff.
Actually, no. LSU plays Saturday at 8:30 Central, I think.
Yeah. So it was just a really bad. They were by Florida there at the very end of the game. Kind of all fell apart when he slipped. He threw it out, and the guy just ran out of time.
Yeah.
There, trying to go up and shoot a layup. I have a question for you, Elijah.
Okay, cool.
Do you think that the right there at the end of the game, because you watched it, but
yep.
the player had 1.8 seconds and he was at the
right.
3-point line. Should
Right.
he have shot that three or drove in a layup and ran out of time?
What I would have done is, you're right there. You're running out of time. He gives it to him to shoot the layup. We saw what happened whenever the layup was shot. I have to go with that he should have shot that 3-point. I think he could have, done that move where you set your foot forward and then you bring it back. It creates separation for you, and then he can shoot it. I think he would have made it. It would have been better than that layup. That layup was bad.
Because you wouldn't have, when you don't have enough time to get to the basket in time.
Right.
You just had better hopes if you got from the rifle.
Yeah, you do.
I want to hear you guys' comments in the live stream about it and on YouTube.
Yeah.
All sorts of things about that. Yeah, I thought it was a good game. Glad Florida got him in the to be Florida fan.
Yeah, and that's one of the only times that I'll ever cheer for Florida. I do not advise that. That is a very dangerous thing to do. If you ever decide to cheer for Florida, that is one of the it's a very risky. It's risky territory. Cheering for Florida is. So yeah, be careful. Be careful.
Just don't bite.
They will bite. They will chomp down hard. All right. Yeah. So Florida lost to number 10 LSU 79-78, and really, to be honest, there was no reason that Florida should have won that game. I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, they could have won that game for sure. They could have won that game, but there was no reason that LSU shouldn't have won either. So, Carson, what did you think on last night's game that we had?
It was a dominant performance, emotional for Admiral and Kyle and a few other players on the teams. But a really dominant performance by our Tennessee Vols. I mean, really, the two best players were Kyle and Admiral, which was
For
pretty
sure.
crazy. I really think we let them get most of it, and we dominated. Mississippi State is a good team that could Darius Witherspoon, excuse me, is the second best player in the SEC, and we held him to 2 points in the first half, and we pretty much just absolutely kept the game to about 15-point lead, and then we got up to like 25, 26, and then we won by like I think it was like 14, 13. So
yeah,
it was a good game. They did compete for like the first 7-8 minutes, but we kind of took it away from them. Kind of at halftime, I guess you could say they competed, but we were up. I think 6, 8.
We were still up at halftime. I mean, we did what we've been doing earlier this year, whereas we wore them out. You know, we wore them out, and they didn't have many options, and they lost the game because their only option was pretty much to lose. But.
Right, and it really came down to Mississippi State having to use their offensive skills, and they couldn't do anything. And by
No,
the
they
end,
don't have
another
offensive
SEC win
skills.
in our final home game.
Yep. And you know, that's another game where it's like there's no reason that Tennessee would ever lose to Mississippi State. You know, they're not a super great team. The final score for that, for those of you who didn't watch it, which hopefully you did, but it was 54-71, and Admiral Schofield, he had 8 points and 18 points, 4 rebounds. Kyle Alexander led rebounds. He had 10 rebounds and 6 points. Grant had the best all-around game with 14 points and 10 rebounds. It was, I don't know, it was great to see Admiral out there again. You know, it's kind of weird thinking that he's not going to be on the team next year because this is
It's
the
hard
first.
to remember. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the first year where he's really been like that good player that everyone really wants to see. Like before this, he's always been that player where it's like, you know, he's good, but he's not amazing.
The younger
And
man of Grant Williams is pretty much what it came from
yeah,
last year.
I mean, last year he was good. Like there's no doubt about it. He was a good player. He's developing. Um, but really freshman to sophomore definitely working on just his developing that skill and also developing his body, because if go online after you watch the podcast, of course, or listen to the podcast, whichever way you prefer to do that, and go online and search Admiral Schofield before and after. Y'all, he was a chubby dude. He was
Yeah,
a
he was. He was a
chubby
big change.
dude. Big change. And, you know, that really credit goes to, um, really goes to the strength and conditioning coaches and Coach Rick Barnes. I mean, it's amazing. Um, Cars, anything else on that game? Um,
It really wasn't just the change in the body; it was the change in his skill and he played on the court.
yeah,
Really, a lot of the announcers were talking about on the SEC Network that I thought were good, valid points. It was last year, you knew him as that big brute dude that shot threes and could make them. Like if he had an open three, he'd make it.
right.
And he'd also be that one guy that gets rebounds.
Right.
This time, the rebounds, we're really not that good at rebounds. And you look at our team, you think Kyle Alexander, Grant Williams, and Admiral. that's a rebounding team. And you got John Fulkerson, and we don't. And it's kind of funny, but we don't get those rebounds
Well, it's
as
funny till
much.
you're
But
in game, and then you can't get rebounds, and it's no fun.
and it's yeah, but overall he's worked on his mid-range game, his dunking ability, and he's also a really good defender. And he's a much changed guy. I just hope he can finish that in the NBA. Maybe somebody will pick him up, but
Yeah, that'd
he's
be
not
great.
really rated high.
Yeah, he's not one of the players where people look at and say he's favored to go to the NBA, but if he does get picked up by a team, great. I hope he does. Um, and this is another one of those games where I was finally kind of happy that the refs were a little bit better because we have had some really turnt refs in the past couple games. We had a game with a ref that was an LSU fan in an LSU game. In the game after that, we've got these refs that are just calling random calls. We get 15 plus fouls. I mean, it's ridiculous. Finally, we had a game where the officiating was pretty good. So
The Mississippi State game, the officiating was for us.
yeah,
It was
finally,
big time. If I
I
was a
was
Mississippi
happy.
State fan, I'd be mad.
I know, but I was happy because we never get the calls, and I was.
Never. Yeah.
It's time. It's time. You know. So I'm glad we got the calls, and yeah, our three shooting was much improved. Defense, I was surprised to see, how great the defense was in that game. Didn't expect to see defense like I saw. Um, I mean, really, it was just so much improvement. Carson, is there any improvement that you saw that I haven't mentioned that you would like to talk on?
I thought, like we talked about last week, big time we need team chemistry back in. We worked the ball around so much last night. A lot of alley oops, a lot of assists.
For
It was
sure.
big time. I felt like we had our groove back, and if we play like that, we can beat any team.
That's right. That's right. Um, yeah, Cars. Um, so should we be higher ranked than we are right now in NCAA basketball? Should we be higher than number 5?
Oh yeah, it almost gets on my nerves. And I think you asked this question.
I
For
asked this
me,
question
Elijah,
on
because
purpose. On purpose.
you knew what my reaction would be, but
I
it's
do, but the
almost
listeners don't know
stupid.
you like I do.
We would dominate North Carolina. I'm talking dominate. Uh,
Yeah.
it's really they're putting three ACC teams in the top 5.
Yep. 3.
Virginia, Duke, and North Carolina. It's almost
Yep.
like they want to jump North Carolina because when Kentucky beat us, we dropped down 4 spots, all the way down to 7.
Well, they do want North Carolina to be up there.
And when we beat Kentucky, we go up 2 spots, and Kentucky drops 1 spot. Now, if that makes any sense to you guys, it just doesn't. We dominated Kentucky more than they did to us.
That is true.
And
I haven't thought about it
we
like
have
that
played
before.
harder teams.
Yep,
We've played
we have.
LSU, Louisville,
Have they played Gonzaga?
Gonzaga.
If they have, they've lost.
Kentucky twice.
Yeah.
It's like
It's a bit messed up.
And we have about 8-9 teams that could go to the March Madness this year from the SEC. So we have a hard conference. In North Carolina, when they play Duke this week,
they're gonna get destroyed.
They're gonna get dominated.
I don't care if Zion Williamson is there or not. They're gonna get destroyed. Actually, I would love to see them beat Duke, but
Duke has barely beaten Wake Forest without Zion Williamson. So
Zion Williamson carries that team.
He really does, but a lot of people said R.J. Barrett. R.J. Barrett's a good player. I heard a lot of people at the start of the year say he was better than Zion, and I just looked. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I said, "This Zion Williamson kid." I said, "This kid's going to earn $24 million or more next year in the draft, and you're telling me this one kid that's not even ranked in the top 4 to go to the draft is better than Zion?"
Exactly.
You have to be out of your mind.
I mean, Zion Williamson is good. I do think that he is a bit overrated. I mean, I don't know.
But he controls, and if you're saying R.J. Barrett's so much better than Zion, then why did they
No, he's not. I'm
lose to Syracuse?
That's true. That is true. And I'm not saying that he's better. I don't think he's better, and he's not better. But
And why did you beat Wake Forest, a team that's trashed, by 1 point?
Exactly.
You competed with them. If you switched out RJ for Zion, I promise you, they'd be winning more games because it's not just RJ Barrett. You got Cam Reddish there. You have multiple other players for Duke, and then it just shows who's the main player on that team. It shows who's the best player.
That's true. Cars, if we beat Auburn, what seed do you think will be in the NCAA tournament?
Well, you have to really look at how we'll play in the SEC tournament. We might beat Auburn and we'll be in that tiebreaker spot with LSU. We'll probably get the 2 seed in the SEC tournament because LSU beat us and Kentucky. But I'm okay with that. I feel like we'll win the SEC tournament if we play team effort with chemistry. But if we win, we'll definitely be a 1 seed. If we make the championship and lose to a team other than Kentucky and LSU, we might be a 1 seed. But if we lose to Kentucky and LSU, we'll probably be a 2 or 3 seed, depending on how the other conference games go. This could go really bad for Tennessee, or this could go really good for Tennessee. And I'm talking bad to the point where we go to a 3 seed because we lose first round.
That would be bad.
We won't play first round. We'll play semifinals because top 4 seeds get first round buys.
Right.
So it just really, it's all weighted on the SEC tournament.
Yep. And we have a lot more on this, but right now I want to thank our sponsor, Walgreens. We're going to take a short commercial break. We will be right back.
We're here to help. Talk to a doctor or healthcare provider anytime, right from your phone. Hi, I'm sorry not feeling well. How can I help? Find care now with the Walgreens app.
What does your business need?
We needed a custom logo, and we found it on Fiverr for just $5.
I needed to drive traffic to my website. Now, I can't keep up with the orders.
Go to Fiverr.com today.
Muffed bed.
Alexa, set an alarm for 7 a.m.
Alarm set for 7 a.m. tomorrow.
Introducing the iABS 16 from iHome, the first major brand to offer a bedside speaker system with Alexa built right in.
Your children mean everything to you. That's why you need to protect them from harmful things. With doTERRA product...
Today.
Muffed bed.
Alarm for 7 a.m.
Alarm set for 7 a.m. tomorrow.
Introducing the iABS 16 from iHome, the first major brand to offer a bedside speaker system with Alexa built right in.
Your children mean everything to you. That's why you need to protect them from harmful things. With doTERRA product...
Alright, guys. Alright, we're back. It's the Give 'em 6 podcast. Carson and Elijah, and we are talking about the basketballs. We are talking... we're gonna in a minute we'll be talking a little bit about some football, some recruiting updates. I'm thinking a lot more to talk about. Cars, with Tennessee basketball right now, do you think that we will win the SEC regular season title?
Like I said, I don't think
Yep. Okay, wow.
we've lost 4. So, or 3, excuse me.
Yeah.
It's that they base off the regular season, NCAA regular season champs off of the record, and we haven't got there, even though that we're
not
better than Gonzaga.
SEC regular season, not NCAA.
Okay, well, yeah, SEC we just have to tie with LSU is what it's going to look like. I just wish LSU would have lost tonight, and that would have changed the whole thing.
Man, it would be so great if LSU had lost tonight. If you're just joining with us, LSU, we're doing this right after the Florida and LSU game, and LSU just beat Florida 79-78. That, if you don't know, that doesn't help Tennessee at all. It actually hinders Tennessee because we needed them to lose so that we can have a higher seeding in the tournament, and we've beat Florida, and if they lose to Florida, it just helps us. Right. And now we have to beat Auburn, and they have to lose, and there's so much that go into it now.
We were regular season champs with Kentucky.
Yep.
We tied with Kentucky.
That's
so
right.
We'll be tying with LSU.
It's, I don't like it. I don't like it. Carson, any thoughts on Tennessee baseball?
We moved up in the top 25. I think we're 21st.
Yep.
I think we beat, who was it? We beat a team 12-0.
Well, right now we're undefeated. We're undefeated. We're 11 or 12-0. So.
Yeah, we're playing outstanding. It's not how baseball usually goes. So we packed house.
Yep.
Packed field there when we come and play starting our SEC games and everything. It'll be fine.
Speaking of packed field, if you want to get in for free, all you've got to do is donate 2 canned good items, and you will get 1 ticket a game per 2 canned items that you donate here at this next game for Tennessee basketball, and you will get a ticket for next Tennessee baseball next Wednesday.
Like our home games are done, Elijah.
Our home games are done. They are done. We played Auburn, and that's it. Yeah. So also an announcement: if you were going to watch that the next Tennessee baseball game next Wednesday at 4 Eastern time, it has now been moved to 5. So, in case you want to know that, versus UNC, it's going to be a good game. We should win that. I'm really excited for this Tennessee baseball team. We might get to go see a game this year, maybe a couple games. This is a team to watch. You know, we don't get an opportunity like this much. Tony Vitello has done a great job coaching the program, and I'm really excited to see all this growth in the Tennessee baseball program, especially after it took such a dive for the last couple of years. So, you know, it's always great to see a Tennessee program on top.
Yeah.
Yep. Cars, before we move on to recruiting and football and all that stuff, you want to talk about the NBA for a little bit?
Yeah, something crazy happened last night. So,
yep.
The NBA Western Conference, we got a 3-way tie for third.
Right.
Above us is the Warriors and the Nuggets. Warriors at 1 seed, Nuggets at 2. Nuggets have never been good.
I swear,
they come out on top.
The Nuggets name, I know, I get where it's derived from, but I always hear that name and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. It's kind of a trash name, but okay. Anyway, keep going.
So the Rockets have been on I'm a fan of the Rockets.
Yep, I am too.
But they have came and they've won 4 games in a row. Now,
yep.
They last night after they won a game, they were tied with winning with the Thunder that played in the game last night, and so what happened is they are now tied for third with the Thunder and
the Nuggets.
The Nuggets.
Yep.
Well, no. The Nuggets are the 2 seed.
That's right.
Tied with the Trailblazers.
That's right.
They both have 39 wins. All 3 teams have 39 wins and 25 losses. But it was crazy because the Rockets won their 39th win, and if the Trailblazers and Thunder would have won last night, they would have won ahead of us. But they both lost.
That's crazy.
They played the same night.
That's amazing.
And they all are tied for third, and that's
yeah.
Amazing.
You don't see that a lot in basketball, dude. We're happy for the Rockets team, dude. I didn't coming into this year. You know, you can go back and listen to the podcast episodes from when basketball season started, and we talked a little bit on this, and that is one thing I really didn't expect to happen, and neither did Carson, is the Rockets to move up like this.
Right.
And it's pretty crazy.
Because there's just been a slow ride with Chris Paul being out those 28-something games. James Harden being out.
He really helped carry our team. I mean, I'll be honest with you. He really helped. It's great having Harden there. And CP3 is, man, they're both amazing players.
Yep.
Yeah. It's get the ball to Harden, he'll put it up, and get the ball to CP3, and he'll get it to Harden. So there you go. Well, and he can shoot too. I'm not saying he can't shoot. He can shoot great.
And Eric Gordon's
but
averaging about 20-something points a game too.
yeah,
And, we're all and Clint Capella's been back after about 2 months.
Capella's
so
great.
He's our big man down low.
Dude, we have a lot of good players. It's a good team. This is a good team. So we're excited to see where that goes. Carson, any thoughts? Well, actually, we've kind of covered this, but any more thoughts on March Madness?
Well, I love March Madness.
Yep.
I probably have 7, 8 different brackets for different people, but I love the whole concept of it. I think they should do something like this for football, but
I wish they would, because football's all rankings, and sometimes the rankings shouldn't be what they are. You know, Alabama's always number 1 just because they get the calls. You know, it should be a whole bracket, a bunch of tournaments. The football season's pretty short anyway. You know, you can extend that into a whole bracket like you do with March Madness.
Yeah,
or the NFL for that matter.
You know, I saw today, I was watching OTC highlights from football, and sometimes it was from 2016 or not 2017 when Josh Dobbs, we had a great team.
The one national championship team we had that Butch Jones drove into the ground.
We could have been a national, yeah.
Exactly.
And so we're number 9 when we play Appalachian State, and we beat them by 3. So we go down all the way to 17th when we played Virginia Tech at Bristol. And
That's such a sad game.
It just made me mad because in basketball, this never happens. And it's good because it never happens. It shouldn't happen. We play Ole Miss, we go down to the wire, we don't go down for a win.
Yep.
It makes no sense. And it's just hard now because that's what they should be like basketball for football and not do that. It's a win to win. You shouldn't go down for the way you play, or you just be running up the score the whole time. It's just I think football right now, college football. I love college football, but right now it just seems like it's just they need a lot of things to work on. I think
they do, and you know. Something else with the football rankings, if you have a situation like Tennessee where, you know, we might need to be number 4 and we're not number 4, you know, we're number 5. We don't if we had a situation and a type of thing where it is like college basketball. If college basketball had a tournament bracket similar to what football had, we would be out because we're number 5. You know? And that's not good. But yeah.
Yeah. And I mean it just is a valid point because you have a lot of teams that are 8, 9, 10 ranked in college football that can compete with Alabama and Clemson. I mean, we saw Clemson dominate Alabama.
Exactly. Yeah. It's crazy. Carson, any recruiting updates?
Not really. I mean, when signing day happened, it kind of just went from like mute and for every team. So I'm just waiting to see what practice is going to be like and how we can work. I love to see the new recruits, and hopefully some of them can turn out like Josh Dobbs maybe in a few years.
Jared Garantano is no.
Jared Garantano,
he's no Josh Dobbs.
No.
I mean, it's not that I don't like Garantano. I love Garantano as a person. I mean, as a player though, I'm sorry, he's just not the best. He's not that great quarterback. You know, he's no Josh Dobbs. You know, he's no Peyton Manning. Not even close, really. I don't know. It's kind of disappointing, and I really hope we can get some work, you know, done in that sector because we are really lacking in quarterback play and in offensive line play. So we need to get that straightened out. You know, T will help.
Tennessee is a football school, and if we're a football school, it's kind of dying down. And you know what?
It's debatable that we're a football school now.
Now, if Rick Barnes can get this recruiting started up, we could be a rolling, reoccurring little machine here that just is like Duke and North Carolina powerhouse. basketball teams that are good every year. If we can get to that point, sorry, Jeremy Pruitt, you need to do something. You need to do what Rick Barnes did and flip the switch because it's flipping over to basketball. It seems like.
Yeah, it's not. And it's not a competition. Oh, are we going to be a football school or are we going to be a basketball school? But still, we need to get to that point with football at some point where we can say, all right, this is a good football team. Used to it was a good SEC team. At least we were in the top 5 in the SEC every year. Last year, yeah, I mean, I'm looking behind me over to my right, I have a bunch of little Tennessee collectibles, and behind me, I have a bunch of Tennessee collectibles here in my studio, in my room. And, you look at those years and you go, man, I hope we have more years like that because we need that for our program. And really, even for our fan base, we need that, for younger people, mine and Carson's age. There's not a lot of people like me and Carson who are our age and love Tennessee because everyone goes, oh, well, Tennessee, that crappy school. No one wants to go to Tennessee to play football and we lose recruits because we don't go to bowl games and stuff. So,
right.
at least I'm not saying we have to go and even compete for the SEC championship. That's okay if we don't this year. I'm fine with that. But get to a bowl game. We need to be 7-5 at least this year.
And I'm sure you guys have noticed, this whole when we started the podcast, it's all the 12 games. It's just always like sitting there, and it's like every podcast we do, it's like, well, we fought hard versus Vanderbilt, but we lost, but we can bounce back next year. Well, Alabama, we knew it was hard, but just know that
well, Alabama,
we're
not
fans for life.
We are.
No matter win or lose, we're gonna cheer on the balls. There's a storm coming,
and it's a storm full of orange.
It's almost here.
And speaking of storm full of orange, you can get that storm full of orange merch. You can get a ton of merch over at givehim6podcast.threadless.com. Easy to remember. Get over there. We got some discounts. Tennessee, we're gonna get back there. I don't care if I'm 100. We're gonna get back there. And some follower shout outs. We have the official Coach Summit fan page, so at Coach Summit, and then at East 10 VFL, and at AlleyVol77. So thank you guys for following us. If you want to be in our next follower shout out, follow us on social media, and like one of our posts or tag us so we can see that. And yeah, it'd be great for you guys to get shout outs. Carson, any closing thoughts?
Well, just know, guys, keep on watching Tennessee baseball, basketball. Cheer on your balls.
Yep.
We've been excited lately to have, to see these Tennessee basketball grow up and see us looking good. It's really cool to see us in this position right now where we're at.
For sure.
With basketball. And we're glad we're really getting a close connection with the Tennessee basketball and it's because of you guys that we continue this pod. You guys are here watching us. So thank you guys for listening.
For sure. Yeah, we might not have an episode the week of March 20th because that's most people's spring breaks. And Carson and I won't be getting together, so, that might be a difficulty. We'll try to get one out next week. If not, we'll definitely do a blog that week. So be looking out for that. Get us on Twitter with some stuff. And you guys have a great day.